I'm talking about the conversation we had via Messenger. I like the fact that can I tell my side? I like the fact that we started talking about convictions. Remember? And I was like, we hadn't even spoken like on the phone or face to face, and it was like we just started talking about convictions, like as if I just know him and he just knows me, and just flew right ahead. I feel like we just talked about like growing in our relationship with God, and that was amazing to me that we both kind of mentioned God in the first conversations. You gotta look out for that. Like, if you want, a Christ-centered relationship, you gotta look out for those little clues that, show you that the person, is about God. If they don't mention God, like, ever, then that's kind of,
Well, she said that I'm bold, but
let me tell
you guys a story of what she did. Like, I first messaged her and I was like, oh, well, you know what? We were getting to know each other. I was like, well, I would need your numbers for us to talk on the phone so we can start doing it. And she was like, oh, well, here's my number, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, well, we can talk on Sunday. So this is in February. I was like, okay, sure. She knew what was going on. Super Bowl's going on. So she's like, oh, yeah, perfectly. You just call me around 2 o'clock when it's Super Bowl. And I'm like, you do realize that it's Super Bowl. She's like, oh, well, you can call me Monday. In her head, she already had an idea that she really didn't want to talk to me. She had no interest in me. So she put it on Sunday so that I would say no, and then the next day that I would forget and go on and on and on. Little does she know, I wasn't going to give up that easy. So I told her I really didn't care about the Super Bowl that day or that year, and I was going to call her. So I called her, and the next thing you know, we were on the phone for 3 hours and just talking and talking. And the first time I met her, I went from Dallas to Houston to meet her. So we spent the whole day together, the whole weekend actually together, and talking and whatnot. And towards the end of the night, we're just sitting there, and I could just see her looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, I'm like, what is going on here? Now this is a true story.
Oh,
it happened to me, not to a friend of a friend of a friend of mine, but it happened to me. We're sitting there, she's looking at the clock, and I'm like, what is going on? So she sits there, and then she's like, what do you want from me? And I kid you not, I've never heard anybody say this to me. I've never had anybody talk to me this way. And I sat down, and I'm just looking, I'm like, who are you talking to like that? And, in my head, and I'm thinking, this could go 2 ways.
It wasn't like rude.
It was rude.
It was not rude. It was
bold.
Why are you here? It's like, why you drive 4 hours?
Why are you here? What do you want from my life? Those were the words that she said. So I sat down, and I'm thinking in my head. So I thought about it for 5 seconds, but it really felt like it was like a 2-minute conversation with myself. So I'm like, so this is how it could go. Either I tell her that I like the person that she is, and I really want to see something go further with this, or I could just lie to her and be like, I just want to get to know you. So I went with option A, and I just told her, I'm like, I want a relationship, and I want a relationship with you, and I want this to go further. And she's like, excuse me? You just met me. Like, what do you mean? And I told her, and that's when I said, I'm like, well, I talked to you for 28 days, and I feel like I know who you are.
Yeah.
Me coming here is to exactly see you in person, and to see that what I heard on the phone for 28 days, what I saw about your character that I know now, if it really matches your personality face to face. And that was my conviction. When I did see you, everything matched. So why back up? Why take my time? So I just went straight for it. But let me tell you guys, for those of you guys out there who ever had somebody just question you like that, just tell the truth.
They don't have people questioning them like that.
Well, you question
Girls
me.
don't do that nowadays.
Making like
that's why they end up. That's why they end up in situationships. No, seriously. Okay, but to the purpose. The reason why I felt like I wanted to ask, it wasn't like I asked because he was just doing a lot, and I wanted to know why.
When a guy likes somebody, he will do a lot.
But some guys will do that, but it's not really the real. Like, they just want like one day, one weekend type of person. Because keep in mind, like, I knew that he doesn't live in Texas, So I was like, what does this man want from me? Because he never mentioned, we never spoke about
No.
being in a relationship on the phone. We spoke about we spoke about a lot of things that we never spoke about,
Everything.
like how
Family,
we feel or anything.
yeah.
We had no, So I just wanted to know where it was going. So I didn't have the right to ask. Aren't you glad I asked though?
I would have done it myself, but
No, you
you just
didn't.
pushed the envelope. But
No, I've always been the type of person that if I want something or I want to know, I'm gonna ask and be straightforward because I don't believe in messing around. I don't believe in situationships. I don't believe in, this is just some guy I'm messing with. That's not me. So I wanted to know, like, what exactly does this guy want from me? Like, if you're doing all of this, you're investing your time, you're investing your money, you're investing everything, and you are doing all of that, then it's something that you wanted.
yeah, and
Unless you wanted like a recommendation or a tour of Houston, like, I mean.
I got that, but I'm good like that. And like I said, the purpose of this video is just to tell you guys about our foundation and what we found that worked for us. And for us was to be honest from the beginning. For us was to communicate pretty much each and every single day and talk about what we like and what we dislike, not just the little small talk of what's your favorite color,
Yeah.
which I forgot, and it wasn't pretty, but those were the things that we talked about from the beginning, like
Establish
establish
what's important to you.
Yeah.
So if Christ, if your relationship with God is very, very important to you, you want to be with someone that it's also important to him, so that you guys can both honor God, and then through honoring God, you can honor each other. And that's how it works,
Yeah. And
That's how it works for us.
those are one of the pillars of the foundation, to have Christ. And I think one of the main things that we did, I think the first thing before we even thought about being in a relationship was that we said we wanted to have Christ in our relationship. And just even whether we would be friends or be in a relationship, we said Christ. And the other thing is to be honest, which we were from the
Straightforward,
beginning. Because
honest.
if I had lied or she had lied, I don't think we would have been here at this point, because the relationship would have been tinted from the beginning. So that's one thing that
You get what you put in.
Exactly.
So what you start with is what you're kind of gonna like continue to fertilize and cultivate in your relationship. If you start with God, you're gonna continue to cultivate with God and grow with God. If you start with messing around and leading each other on and giving false signals, confusion,
yes,
you're always gonna have confusion. So you want to start with honesty. You want to start with Jesus, especially God, because at least you guys have something that holds you guys accountable. So that's probably all we're gonna cover in this one.
So definitely, the main thing you guys should get out of this is, from the jump, establish what you want. For us was Christ, and being honest. Whatever you want your foundation to be, make sure you follow through on that. Because I can tell you that much, that till this day we still have Christ and we still honest with each other 24/7. And
It's not easy, but
definitely
it's worth
not easy,
it.
but it's worth it. And I can see from my end, I'm happy where I'm at right now with everything that we've gone through and how we started. So
Oh.
yeah, and I have to deal with this, but it's
It's a blessing.
It's a blessing. Yeah.
The Lord. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope that you guys tune in for our next video. Again, leave us comments and suggestions of anything that you guys want to see from us, and we'll try to get on it as soon as possible.
Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.
Bye.